Welcome,
Oops.
Tobias, to Metallarium Pages. It's a great pleasure to talk with you about this new album, the band, and many things related into the metal world. So we will start by asking, how was your experience with Vomitory in your first tour here in 2019? And which were the countries that stayed you in the memory the most in the moments with Vomitory's song?
Uh, that's the first question. You're in Mexico, right?
Mexico, Peru, and Colombia, three countries.
Yeah, yeah, all right. Yeah, yeah, we had a great time in 2019 during that South American tour. It was our first time ever there. So there was it had been building up for years, a lot of expectations from the fans, I guess. And everywhere we came, the fans were absolutely great. It was even, the smallest club shows. They were such a great atmosphere and great people and everything. So yeah, we were really happy with how everything turned out there. So we would love to come back pretty soon. We actually are going to Mexico later this year. We're playing in Monterrey at the Mexico Metal Fest.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
hopefully we will be able to return again to play some more countries.
Yeah, yeah. It seems that the things are working very well internally in Vomitory because after their tour in Latin America in 2019, you will now present, and as you told, in one of the biggest festivals here in this part of the world, such as Mexico Metal Fest is it in November. So, what are your expectations to play on these great festivals, and how do you plan to satisfy all and new fans with 9 albums with the set list for that day?
Oh, that's always difficult to prepare a set list that satisfies everyone. I mean, that's impossible. But we, I mean, and it should also appeal to ourselves as well. It should feel good to play it. So, but we try to use our gut feeling to put together a set list, and we always try to include songs from every album, even if it's only just one song. So um, I think it's a good way to present Vomitory to everybody, to include music from all eras of the band.
Okay. As a
And
consequence, okay,
oh,
continue,
oh,
continue.
sorry. Yeah, I was thinking about the Mexico Metal Fest. I think we all have quite high expectations. I saw a lot of video clips and pictures from last year's edition.
Yes.
I know quite a lot of bands that played there that posted a lot of nice pictures and video clips. So it seems to be a very yeah, a very exciting place to play at.
Hmm. Okay, okay. So as a consequence of this good moment that the band is going through, we have your ninth studio album. All heads are gonna roll. So how do you feel about this new album after 12 years without presenting new music, and after an announcement so close to activities at 10 years ago, 2013? So can we say that the feeling you have now is compared to the same feeling that you got when you released your first album, Rape in Their Own Blood? Because it's been 20 years without new music, and obviously a different world in 10 years.
Yeah, it's different. I wouldn't say that it's the same feeling as when we released our debut album, but it's definitely it feels like a new start for the band, because obviously it is a new start for the band. But it feels great, and I think it's with more excitement than the last previous albums that we put out before we split up the band. Um, it's way more exciting now, since you know we we have the successful year in 2019 when we played so many countries. We have that fresh in our memories, and we still feel we have the good vibes and the energy still from those shows. And releasing this album now, it's a very exciting time, I think. And especially now we released 2 songs. One more was released today, and the feedback that we got from everywhere, it's mind blowing. It's absolutely amazing to read and hear what people have to say about the new stuff. And it feels great.
Yeah, yeah. Well, one detail that you mentioned me, because we spoke, well, 4 years now. We spoke in another interview 4 years ago, that the band had no plans to release a new album at that time. Oh, who knows at that time? So just continue. You only just think, and you just continue with the good vibes for live concerts, or see what happens for the moment. No? So when did you start working on this? All heads are gonna roll. And do you think that the playing many songs from from your discography make this album drink more of your music than what was happening in Opus Mortis 8 in 2011? Because for me, I felt that this album is a little far from your 8th album.
Well, we started writing during the summer of 2021, in probably July or August. Started working on the new songs. And I think it's a bit different from our previous album, Opus Mortis 8. This new album, I think it has a bigger connection to the albums that we released in the early 2000s, like Blood Rapture, Revelation Nausea, and Primal Massacre. And that we actually were aiming for that as well. When we were composing the songs, we try to find the same vibe in the riffs and in the song structures and so on. So I think it's a small step back, but also forward, of course, because I think the new album sounds very vomitory, but it's at the same time it sounds, I hate to use this word, but it sounds fresh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it sounds, it's a refreshing in a way. I don't know what other word to use, but yeah.
Okay. So a detail that is well known is that when a band split up, many known or unknown labels began to release all the band's records in any format: vinyl, CDs, reissues, etc. Because it's a curious that the many people only consider that the band as a classic when this band is no longer on the stage. So did you receive these offers when the band ended your activities in 2013?
You mean to release?
To re-release, to etc. Because it's curious about this aspect.
We got offers and requests many times to release our old demo stuff on an album or on a vinyl, for instance. But we've said no to everyone so far. We will see. Maybe we will do that in the future, but for now we don't want to do it, especially not now when we have new stuff coming up, and we plan to release even more new stuff. So and also during the hiatus that it turned out to be now, the years between 2013 and now, when we were not active, Metal Blade re-released some of our albums on, well, the whole catalog actually on vinyl.
Yeah.
So finally all our albums were finally available on vinyl, which they were not before. Only some of them, but now every album was available. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And related to this, and what do you think of this idea of the fan who didn't support the last albums from you? But when you said that when you said that the band is split up, they immediately were a Vomitory fans, and automatically the prices of their past productions raise up. You can see in eBay, Discos GS, when you ended the activities from Vomitory, I remember that I saw eBay catalog, Discos GS catalog, or Google sellers around the world, and all CDs from Vomitory raised 20 $25 30 for $30. So what is your opinion about this aspect?
Well, I don't know, and I don't have I didn't know that was the case actually, but well, I think that's how people work. You know, you never miss something until it's gone away.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
if it's a band or if it's whatever it is, something that's always been there, that you always take for granted, and then all of a sudden that band or that person or that thing, whatever it is not there anymore, then you miss the hell out of it. So I think it's just how people are, you know. And it's probably the same with any other band that, you know, decides to quit. Their stuff will raise in prices as well.
Yes, 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 yes. Well, with this return in All Heads Are Gonna Roll and the success of many tours, you told me you have a amazing response of the people writing you a feedback and get a lot of attention of the media since you returned in 2017. So I think the band got an overwhelming reception from that day to now to big and I think to got attention from the big metal labels. And I think it was very much in demand for Nuclear Blast, Relapse Records, Season of Mist, the great labels in the metal world. So why did you decide to stick with Metal Blade Records for this new album? And why? And perhaps did you have received some new proposals from other heavy metal or heavy metal labels? Or the biggest one, Nuclear Blast, Nebel Records, Season of Mist, Relapse Records, etc., etc.
Mm. No, we actually never bothered to ask any other label than Metal Blade,
Okay.
because, you know, when we talked about it in the band that maybe we should if we should try find working with a different label, but we all agreed that for us there is no point in doing that because our cooperation with Metal Blade has been really good during all these years, and also the fact that they have most of our back catalog also makes sense, I think. And it was you know, everything always works very smooth with Metal Blade, and when we had made the final decision to start working on a new album, we just sent them an email and asked, "Hey, we're going to make a new album. Do you want to release it?" They were, "Yeah, count us in." So it was very easy because they are fans of Vomitory, and you know, we are we are fans of them, so to speak. Um, yeah, it feels good to work with them, and they've always took good care of us. So we didn't see any reason to look any further than Metal Blade.
Okay, see, I remember when you told me in the interview that we had in 2019 that your comeback in 2017 was Inside the Summer Breeze, and it was a tribute Krangert he was an administrator for Metal Blade for many years. So, do
Yeah.
you think that this nostalgic and memory factor is why the band has more power today, more powerful today? And can we say that this all heads are gonna roll is indirectly driven by this idea that like a tribute because you are strong, you are returned with more stronger feelings, and perhaps this new album has some dedicated to this former of Metal Blade manager and Summer Breeze founder because you accepted the Summer Breeze presentation as a tribute for Michael Krangert.
Yeah, I think that was the start of the return of Vomitory playing that show. So even when he is not here in life with us, Michael Trengert still does good things for Vomitory. So that's pretty awesome, I think. We play that show because Summer Breeze had this tribute thing for him. Many bands played in his honor on that particular stage at the festival. So we played that show, and it was a great show. We felt it felt really good. The band sounded really good and tight. So after the show, we said that, well, we should do this again, maybe play some more shows. So a little later, Eric came with the idea that we should reunite during 2019 to highlight the 30th anniversary of the band, which we did. So yeah, I would say that the Summer Breeze thing was the start of the return of Vomitory, and then during 2019 we kept going and got such great feedback everywhere we went, and of course that gave us more power to keep going. So we had actually scheduled to play some more shows in 2020 because the thing was that the 2019 reunion was supposed to be a temporary thing for just that year, and then we were going to put the band back into the grave again. But we wanted to play some more, and we had to turn down some offers that we got in the 2019. So we booked them for 2020, but then the pandemic hit the world and everything stopped. So everything got postponed or even canceled. So after a while, we started talking that, you know, when it's time again to start playing these shows, it's not 30 years anniversary, it's like 33 years. So we felt it was a bit, you know, not a valid excuse to keep on doing 30th anniversary shows for so much longer, because so we sat down and decided, are we going to record a new album and get back as a real band again? And we agreed to do that. So, and here we are now.
Okay, nice to hear. Well, one thing that you told me, and I remember with the previous interview, is that that you came here to Latin America, played with Niflheim because you were also a drummer at that time with them. So, but
yeah,
how was the sensation to play your songs with a vomitory both vomitory songs with a Latin American crowd? Because it's very different to play songs from other band, but it's different to play your songs with a Latin American crowd. This and
yeah.
Perhaps do you hear for a lot of times, and you told me this, the crowd from Latin America are very passionate, very exciting people, and perhaps do you receive these kind of expectations? Are your expectations are successful at that time?
Yes. It was it was just great, you know. And as you said, that the fans are so passionate, and it's always great. We always try to make time to talk to fans before and after the show, and it's always so great to meet people and talk, about not only about Vomitory, but to whatever, you know. It's just nice to hang out and have a beer with people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I bought from you your last DVD, Death and Drunk Life in Lima. I remember that.
Ah,
So, well, talking about other aspects, this is normally that now the people that are the now I think I don't know why, but we are living now on a second wave. The old bands from the 90s and 80s are into the death metal are returning because you left in 2013. Now you're back in 2017. Dismember all said that they are closed the doors to the activities, and now they're back. Now they're back, and I think they are recording a new album too. So how was this new era of the death metal? Because the old bands like Vomitory, Dismember, and Tomb, great bands also, but at the same time there are more competition than the 90s or than the 80s because now we have a lot of a lot of bands. Each production every day, singles, EPs, a lot of things. What is your opinion about now the death metal is more stronger than the 80s and 90s, or perhaps it's too saturated that it's impossible to get attention for each band.
well, it's there were a lot of bands back in those days as well, but nowadays it's so much more difficult to get your voice heard. You in social media, that's where the competition is, I think, to be seen on social media and be active there and promote your stuff and post stupid videos or whatever, just to gain some extra likes or extra views on
No.
some stupid reel or whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. So now talking about other topics. During the restriction to the pandemic, we were discussing the options that the bands were using to keep in touch with the fans, like streaming shows, and now everything is everything's back to the normal. So we have real concerts back again, tours, festivals, etc. But recently, artificial intelligence is becoming more and more accessible to people, and the discussion is about the impact in different aspects in our lives, so including art and music also. So what is your perspective about the music, about this issue? Do you see yourself using it to make a cover art, for example, for the next future albums or singles of Vomitory, or perhaps video lyrics, who knows, or
No,
perhaps even
never,
art?
never,
Okay,
ever.
okay, okay, or perhaps
Never ever. We always will use real artists, real people. Absolutely. I think AI is a good helpful tool, but it should not replace the human touch of everything.
yeah. Well, that
Let me. I don't know what instructions you have, but I have another interview scheduled for in like 3 minutes,
yes, yes, that's
half
correct. That's
past.
correct. Yeah,
Yeah, good.
we are ending this interview. Don't worry, don't worry. So, we're talking about one of the last questions of this interview is about now with the Vomitory returns. What happened with Cut Up? Because I'm a huge fan for Cut Up. I got by all both albums. So now
Yeah.
Cut Up is, I think I try to see more activities in your social media, but the band stopped the
Mhm.
activities because you lean down to more activities with Vomitory. So perhaps in the
Yeah.
future you will release new music with Cut Up, because indirectly, Cut Up, Eric, and you are well are playing in Vomitory and Cut Up.
Yeah. It was still Cut Up is still an existing band, but we're not active at the moment because since some time back, it's actually only me and Eric left in Cut Up. So And since we started focusing on Vomitory and writing that, it doesn't make any sense to well, we don't have the time either to have one more band
Yeah.
parallel to Vomitory. So at the moment, Cut Up is put on hold.
Okay.
So, but we will see. Maybe we will do something down the road.
Okay, okay. So we are very close on this interview. Tobias, and for this album, what are the future plans that the band has for this new album? Perhaps release more videos upcoming next month, next year, or perhaps you will embark on a new Latin American tour at the end of the year because you are very close from Mexico to here. So US tour, European tour, or Asian tour, who knows?
Yeah, we have as I said earlier, we released our second video from the album today, and it's the as it is now, it's the last video. We did only two, but maybe we will do some more later on. But and then when the album is out, we will start playing summer festivals in Europe, and in September we are going on a European tour for 1 month, and then we'll come to Mexico, play the Mexico Metal Fest, and maybe I think they are working on a tour in Asia as well by the end of this year.
Okay.
Then we have a Eindhoven metal meeting in the Netherlands in December. That probably will be the last show of the year. But sure, we are working on getting more tours and stuff happening for next year. We definitely will come to South America again. I'm pretty sure of that.
Okay, okay. Well, Tobias, the sad times arrive at this interview. I hope you enjoyed this one like me. It's a great pleasure to talk with you again. Again, I saw you live. I hope someday this and the end of the year I will see in Mexico. I hope. I hope. I hope. So perhaps do you want to add something to your Latin American fans and Metallarium followers?
Well, yeah, thank you for all the support and thank you for all your patience during all these years. And we are still very grateful for the fantastic welcome we got from you during our tour there in 2019. And we cannot wait to come back and play the new stuff for you as well.